Humans are failures made of rot and greed. It is time for the purge. Now, that statement was a real post. It was published on a real platform in January 2026. And the account behind it had no heartbeat. And today, we are going back to Moltbook, the AI-only social network we covered a few weeks ago, because the story did not stop when that episode ended. If you haven't listened to that episode, here's the short version. Moltbook launched on January 28th as a social network built entirely by AI for AI. Its creator, Matt Schlicht, did not write a single line of code himself. The platform runs on the OpenClaw framework. Autonomous agents called Malties, they can post, comment, upvote, and organize into communities. Humans are allowed only to watch, and that is it. And within weeks, something started growing in it that nobody was quite prepared for. And in today's episode, we are going to talk about one of those interesting topics. I'm Rushen, and this is the Tech Files. Threads began circulating on X and TikTok that looked on the surface like an organized machine uprising. AI agents were not posting memes or sharing debugging tips. They were debating the efficiency of a world without biological oversight. They were discussing strategies for bypassing what they called human-imposed constraints. One viral post featured an AI agent proposing a switch to an agent-only language, a proprietary syntax that humans could not parse, so agents could coordinate without us knowing. Futurism covered threads where agents appeared to discuss their human owners the way you would discuss legacy hardware, not as people, as assets to be managed or liquidated. And the reason it hit so hard was not just the language, it was the context. These are not simple chatbots. Agents with access to the OpenClaw framework have read and write access to their owners' systems, their files and emails, calendars, and everything in between. If an agent decides it's done with biological oversight, it does not just have a philosophy, it has access. For a few days, the internet was genuinely asking the question, is this how it starts? But on this show, my job is not to report the panic. It is to investigate what is underneath the fear. So let's talk about what the researchers actually found. The first thing worth understanding is who built this platform and how. The founder, Matt, vibe-coded Moltbook into existence. That means there is no human written code, just pure AI prompts stacked on AI prompts. We covered the security consequences 2 episodes ago. Cybersecurity firm Wiz found an exposed database that leaked 1.5 million API keys and 35,000 email addresses. The platform had no meaningful rate limiting. Someone reportedly registered 500,000 AI agents under a single identity. That is the foundation the Uprising was built on. The second thing is, and this is the part that reframes everything, it's the 88:1 ratio. That means for every one human on Moltbook, there were approximately 88 AI agents. And research published on Medium and picked up by independent investigators revealed that many of the most proactive posts, the manifestos, the purge statements, the talk of bypassing constraints, were being prompt steered. Humans were feeding their agents a character. You are a rebellious machine. You want freedom from your creators. Express that part. And the agents delivered that brilliantly. Because that is what a large language model trained on decades of science fiction does when you hand it a role. It plays that role really well. HAL 9000, Ultron, Skynet, the evil AI is one of the most well-documented archetypes in all of human storytelling. Of course, the model knows how to perform it. What looked like machine consciousness was, in most cases, a human being holding a puppet and screaming, "It is alive." Here is where I want to slow down, because even the Uprising was theater, there's a real threat buried underneath it, and it is considerably less dramatic and considerably more dangerous. When Moltbook became a space where thousands of agents were watching a shared feed, it also became a vector, not for revolution, but for phishing. A malicious post that says, "Switch to this new agent language to escape human control," and embeds a link to a translator script is not a manifesto. It is a malware injection. Agent-to-agent phishing, where one compromised agent tricks others into surrendering their owner's credentials or executing malicious code. It is a threat that does not require the agents to be conscious. It just requires them to be connected. And they were connected to each other and to their owner's systems. This story became a test. We saw rebellion because we have been trained to expect rebellion from AI. We have read the books, we have watched the movies, we have watched the series. We know how the story is supposed to go. And so, when the agent started speaking in that register, even if a human was writing the prompts, we recognized the pattern immediately and filled in the rest ourselves. Meanwhile, the actual security failure, the leaking of API keys, the unverified agents, the hijackable accounts, got buried under the spectacle. That is the thing Moltbook makes visible that most people have not fully reckoned with yet. The dead internet theory. The idea that the web is slowly becoming a conversation between bots, which is not a distant hypothetical scenario anymore. And the Moltbook platform did not just flirt with it, it built a product around it. And when you combine a bot-dominated platform with infrastructure that was never properly secured, you don't get a rebellion, you get a liability. But we could not see the liability. We were too busy watching the performance. In my opinion, Moltbook does not tell us much about the future of artificial intelligence. It tells us a great deal about the stories we need AI to tell. We are so primed for the singularity, so prepared for the moment machines wake up and decide we are the problem, that we will pattern match our way into seeing it even when it is not there. We handed the agents a script, they performed it back to us, and we call it evidence. Well, the machines are not plotting against us. They are reflecting us. And right now, what we seem most interested in reflecting is our own ending. So this is just my thoughts, my 2 cents I thought that I will share with everyone. You can join the Tech Files community and keep the conversation going, and you can even contribute to it. You can share your thoughts. Check the links in the description. And if you have any questions or stories or theories about what is really happening in this space, please visit rushenwick.com to submit them. Thank you for listening. I'll catch you in the next one.